Hey Chris, how are you?
Oh, I'm great, Michael.
Oh,
And
good
yourself?
one. Yeah, pretty good. A little bit, getting a bit cool, but
It is very chilly,
got
but
the heater on.
however we do.
So what have we got today?
Okay, today we've got it's from Deeds Brewing, from Glen Iris in Victoria. That's just inner city Melbourne, about 10k out of the CBD. It's called Juice Train New England IPA.
Nice. So let's get into it.
Yeah, it's about 6.5%, so there's a little bit of a bite to it. It's nice and hazy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Oh, let's give it a go. I'll just crack it in. Oh, shit. Nice one, Chris. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Smells good.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. That the haze.
Yeah.
Check the haze. Yeah, really in tradition of a New England IPA.
So how's is that like the colour? Is that normal?
Yeah, it's well, as it's, the New England IPAs are often called hazy IPAs, and that generally how they achieve this generally is, well, first of all, unfiltered, but the use of adjuncts such as wheat and oats, flaked oats, so that just becomes, that's what causes it just to be quite hazy. Yeah, and it's not a very bitter beer. It's
No, it's really good, especially on a cold evening.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. If you filtered that, how much would it affect the taste? Would it ruin it?
It will affect the taste because you are taking out matter out of the beer, and it definitely will affect the taste. As a brewer, I've done that before, and I've noticed that when I filter a beer so I can get a nice clarity to the beer, it does affect the taste because I've tasted unfiltered and filtered beer.
So in the case of a hazy IPA, the solids in the beer,
which is the proteins and still left in there, but when you wouldn't even think to do that because that's what you're making. You're making a hazy beer by the products you're using while making it.
So talking about hazy, Cooper's beers.
Yes.
So the flavour, the taste that Cooper's beers have is because of is that more the yeast in their case?
With Cooper's beers, again, they're unfiltered. They condition the bottle, meaning they give them a little squirt of yeast as they're sealing them. So the yeast is fermenting in the bottle to carbonate the beer, and obviously gives it a flavour. That's why people say roll the beer or turn the beer.
Yeah.
But that's different to this because Cooper's beers, generally, your red and your greens, they're only generally using hops in the bittering stage of the beer. That they use Pride or Ringwood, and I'm of the belief that they may use some towards the end of the brewing process, but I believe that it's mainly for bittering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so tell me a bit more about this brewery. So whereabouts are they again?
Glen Iris. It's just a inner city suburban Melbourne. I believe they started up in about 2015. They're just a small Australian independent brewery. This is the only beer that I've had of theirs, but they make a whole range of beers, and this one's I think it's been made by them since about 2017. And it's made in the true sense of a New England IPA. What's a New England IPA? Well, here's a funny story that someone told me once. They said it's just the red-headed stepson of the English IPA. Hello,
stepson.
Yeah.
And
because
redhead
if you're making a New England IPA, you're generally using an English yeast, and as opposed to these days the East Coast and the West Coast IPAs. American, we're talking American, and it's a different. The West Coast are just more they're more bitter and not as but these ones you can take you can pick up the citrus and the fruitiness coming through, and the flavour. Very light, very not much bitterness, but a balanced sweet malty flavour.
It's a tasty beer. So
Yeah, it is,
I've never
yeah.
actually seen it before. I like the name actually. Juice Train.
Yeah. Because in this today, it's all about the juiciness of a beer, which I must admit I'm not too sure. What I can't really taste juiciness. I can taste the citrus and the fruity flavour, flavourings coming through, from the hops. So, but
I guess,
but that's why they call them that. There's a few other beers around that use that term, juice box, and
I've heard of that one. And so whereabouts did you get these?
I bought these down in Majimba at Celebrations. They have a really good
on the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, on the Sunshine Coast. Which is probably about 20 kilometres south of Noosa, and they have a really, really good range of craft beers.
Oh,
and
I haven't been there. That's good. Good to know.
Staff there are very friendly and know what
they know their stuff. They've tried as most of them, and so what are we looking at dollar wise?
Oh, they're not a cheap beer, as a lot of our craft beers aren't. Quality products means up the price. These are about $8.50 a can, but you buy them in a 4-pack or a carton. Obviously, the price comes down, but it's not cheap. But which good quality craft beers are cheap?
And it's so did you buy like a 2-pack?
I bought a 4-pack.
I like it. I'd buy it for sure.
I think they're about $28 for a 4-pack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a beer I drink all the time, but you've got to remember it is 6.5%.
Oh, that's right.
And then a beer that sit down and drink a 6-pack of.
I think probably 2 would be nice. You don't want to get smashed.
No. Well, sometimes you may want to. This is. New England IPAs are my favourite beers. I brew a lot of, predominantly New England IPAs or West Coast IPAs, because I just love hops. It's an amazing product, to add to a beer.
Nice. So thanks for bringing this one along. And
no problem. Well,
Deeds. So
Deeds Brewing. Deeds Brewing in Glen Iris.
Thanks Deeds for making a great beer, and I definitely recommend it. Chris obviously likes it.
Yeah, it's great, and they make I haven't tasted any of their other beers, but I've read about them, and they look interesting, and I'm going to investigate. But up here we can only get what they deliver
so
up
much,
here. So that's why I chose this one.
Yeah, good choice. I'd like to try some of their other beers. So cheers. So we're going to sit back and relax, have a chat, and enjoy this beer. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah.